Okay, this quick lesson is about using a triple beam balance. And so this is a triple beam balance. We'll use these a bunch throughout the year, so it's important to know how to use them. First thing, safety things, when you carry it, two hands on it. And you don't carry it like this because that'll, ruin the springs. Let's see, a couple things. This is we call the pan. This is the arm, I guess. And I noticed that it really should, when at rest, when there's nothing on the pan, this arm over here should be pointed to 0. You can see it's a little bit below 0, so maybe the spring was a little bit off. So there's a little knob down here that I can twist and try and readjust. So let's see if I can do that quickly. Some of these triple beam balances have been banged around and used for a number of years, so sometimes you have to adjust the spring as carefully as possible. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now, when you start, there's these 3 different masses over here on the three beams, the triple beams. You want to make sure that they're all pushed over here as far as possible. And that makes this side over here point to 0. Okay? And then a triple beam balance kind of works like a teeter-totter that you might see at like a park. And when you put something on this end, then this end goes up. Or when you put stuff on this end, then this end goes up. Okay? So I'm going to put how about a banana? We'll try to find the mass of a banana. So I'll put this here, and you notice that this end shot up. So now we have to get that end back to 0. We always start with the biggest mass. And notice there are these little grooves in the triple beam. When you move a mass, you have to settle it into that groove. Otherwise, it's not accurate. So I always start with the biggest. Then this one is 100 grams. And we'll move the 100 gram over. And it doesn't move this side at all. So the banana is more than 100. Then I move it over to 200. Oh, and it fell. So that means that this banana is under 200. So I'll slide this back to 100. And then I try the 10 gram mass. So I go over 10, 20, 30, 40. It starts to fall, but not quite. And 50 is going to be too much. So I know it's somewhere after 40. And maybe just a little bit after 40. Now I'll move the 1 gram. I just have to tap it a little bit, really, because it's going to not be very far. Okay, so now the banana's on this side, but this side's pointing to 0. And so it's balanced. It's balanced. And now I have to add up the 3 different masses. So I've got 100 plus 40 plus 0.2. So the mass of this banana is 140.2 grams. 140.2 grams. Okay? When I'm done measuring something, I slide everything back to 0 so I can start over. Now, for measuring mass, we always use metric. So we'll be using grams or milligrams. And for something that was bigger, it would be kilograms. Okay? So in science class, we always use the metric, grams, milligrams, and big things would be kilograms. Okay? Let's try another thing about my coffee. So I put that there, and the side shoots up. Always start with the 100 gram. Slide it over. Doesn't move. Slide it to 200. Falls. So I know I'd have to go back to 100. Then I slide the 10, 20, 30, 40 is too much. So I'll go back to 30. And then I have to move the 1 gram. I always like to, I think it helps to use like a pen to slide this one. Sometimes your fingers kind of stick. So I always use a kind of a pen. It's easier to slide. Sometimes you just have to tap a little bit. Okay, so that's balanced now. It's pointing to 0. So my coffee, it was 100 plus 30 plus 3.9. So all added together, 133.9. 133.9 grams. Okay, so that's how you use a triple beam balance. Practice using it once or twice before you, and you'll get the hang of it quick. But it's important to practice a couple times. And as always with measurement, be accurate.